Welcome to Comfort Kills. It is time to get comfortable with being uncomfortable and confident with being uncertain. In each episode, I am going to introduce inspiring guests, thoughts, and ideas for us to reach our fullest potential. I am your host, Jasmine Sandoval, and together we will take this journey to challenge our status quo and be the best version of ourselves. Welcome back. Who here loves to plan for their next project, their next event, their next vacation? Hell, my first trip to Disney with 2 little kids was on a spreadsheet. Everything went without a hitch. We had everything planned. We knew what shows we were watching. We knew which parades we were going to. We knew where every character was at any given time throughout the different theme parks. I even scheduled in nap time for my kids. That's how much I love to plan. Now, let's discuss having a plan is very important. It's important to everything you do in life. However, overthinking that plan can leave you dead in your tracks. How many of you have suffered from overthinking, which leads to analysis paralysis? This girl. Sometimes I just overthink things, right? I want things to be very precise. I want things to go without a hitch. I want things to be perfect because anything I do needs to be the best thing that I produce. And so because of that, perfection is a flaw in many cases. When I want to make sure that something is so perfect, I overthink it and I plan it. And sometimes the overthinking and the overplanning could waste so much time for me. I really enjoy having a plan in place, having it all laid out, knowing exactly what steps is going to go where. Filming these videos, making these podcasts, oftentimes I overthink that as well. And it really just requires me to have a plan, have an idea, have a goal, have a few objectives that are measurable, and then just go for it. So we are discussing overthinking and the paralysis that we end up having from our overanalysis. I want to discuss how many times have you ever had that grand idea that you wanted to act on? It could be a project, it could be an event, party planning for a special occasion, it can be any of the above. How many times have you gone through that struggle of knowing that you want to do something, but you want to do it well and you want to do it perfect and you want it to be, it's a representation of who you are and what you've produced, and so therefore you're overthinking it. Many, many times I feel like I've been in that place. Many times I like to react quickly as well. So there's a fine balance in where you plan for something and then as well as following through with your plan. Sometimes we think about how we are missing different types of equipment and tools that we need, right? For example, before I started my podcast and my YouTube channel, I wanted to make sure I have the right camera. I wanted to make sure I have the right microphone. I want to make sure my entire room is soundproof and is echo-proof. You know, even to this day, I know that it's not perfect and I have to be okay with that. It's not perfect, but I have to be okay with knowing that I am going to continue to grow and evolve and progress and get better with time. There are so many different YouTubers out there that I admire watching. For example, one of them being a travel channel one. And he's always discussed just go out there and start your video. If you want to do a travel channel YouTube, start filming when you go travel on vacation. These days it's a little bit difficult, right? But we know that we really sometimes just need to act upon what we're thinking. And if we start acting upon it, we learn as we go. And we have to be comfortable with knowing that, because if we continue to beat ourselves to death with trying to make it so perfect and so precise and everything has to be 100% before you show the world your talent, that world's already gone and left you. The world is spinning around you and you're still standing stagnant in that one place. We're not talking about comfort and complacency at this point anymore. We're talking about, okay, you do have a dream. You are a dreamer. You are a person with many, many goals and ideas and all these fascinating things in your mind that you can share with the world and make the world a better place, whether it's an innovation or whether it's anything it may be, anything. But how often is it that we overthink this? We overthink everything to death. We beat a dead horse in our minds until somebody's already come up with that idea and has already surpassed you. So let's rethink this And let's stop overthinking this, and let's stop letting this paralysis occur within us. It's you overthinking it and being too complicated and too much of a critic on yourself. Being a critic is great, and getting feedback from everybody is great as well. So you have to approach it with a plan, with a goal, a few measurable objectives, and move forward and push forward with it. Sometimes you even think it's bad timing. Sometimes it's such bad timing because, I don't know, there's a global pandemic, or maybe it's not a great time in your life right now. It's going to make you much busier than you have time to allow for. There's so many different things that we're going to make excuses for ourselves. Some of them are very valid, and I am not discounting any of those reasons as to why you can't start right now, whether it's monetary or whether it's time or whether it's just having the right talent or people to support you. There's so many different reasons as to why you can't begin something. However, if all those reasons aside, if you've set those things aside and there's perfect reasons why you should start right now, so why aren't you? Why aren't you doing that? Why aren't I doing that? Why aren't I beginning my journey? We should begin our journey as soon as we have this idea, even if it's one tiny baby step at a time. As a neonatal nurse, I've always said, our babies they have to crawl before they walk. Our parents always want to know, how soon will their baby be off their oxygen? How soon will they be off their medication? How soon will they start having full feeds? And I'm always telling them we have to crawl before we walk, or run for that matter. And it's very important that we know baby steps. We're taking baby steps and we're learning as we go, and eventually we'll continue to evolve and grow and grow. So why are we still analyzing, and why are we still thinking about things more than we should? We need to start moving on and acting on some of our ideas. You'll learn as you grow, and that is the beautiful thing about everything, right? Is we'll always continue to grow, and things will continue to change and evolve around us, and we'll learn from them as well, and we utilize those examples. One of the final thoughts I would like to leave you with is to think about your eulogy. If somebody in your life, whether it's your significant other or your coworker or your boss, if they were to write the eulogy for you, if you were to no longer exist and write your eulogy today, would you be happy with the eulogy that they write for you? Would you be happy with the eulogy that you write for yourself right now? Are you leaving behind the legacy that you would like to leave behind? The memory that you want everyone to remember you by? Have you done everything you possibly can up to this moment in your life to make sure that you are leaving behind the memory you want everyone to think of? Think about it, and we'll chat next time. Also, don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed the last episode. In the detail notes below, you will find our email address. In this email, you can send us a voice memo of your most uncomfortable journey that led you on the path to your most current side hustle. Remember, if you're sending us a voice memo, you are giving us permission to use your voice memo in our next episode or call you and invite you as a guest on the next series. Keep hustling, and I'll see you on the next episode.